Welcome to Inholland Weblectures. Today's topic is the APA, the American Psychological Association referencing format. This is the referencing format we use to cite sources in reports, articles and papers. What will be discussed? This episode will deal with two subjects: why we use APA and how we use it. You have already had to write quite a few reports for your degree program. This of course involved reading existing literature, such as books, and other sources, such as online ones. You may have watched documentaries or listened to a podcast to learn more about your research subject. This is commendable, of course, and is even crucial to your research. However, it is important to make clear where you sourced your information. This is called referring, which we use the APA format for. Note that referring to your sources is simply a requirement. Failing to do so is plagiarism. But there are other reasons as well, besides avoiding plagiarism, to use APA. Number 1 for the verifiability. Number 2 for the findability. And number 3 out of modesty. Allow me to explain. Verifiability, because we need to be able to check the source you used to see whether you have expressed and understood the information correctly. Findability, because this means that the list of sources, references section or bibliography will show exactly where to find the source. And finally, of course, due to your modesty. By giving the source, you are giving credit to those who deserve it, as they have conducted the research or written the article referred to. If we all use the same method of referring, this benefits the familiarity. This is why, like many other universities, we use the APA referencing format. How do we use the APA format? At the beginning of a chapter. According to Hille, 2019, between parentheses, it's important to make clear where you sourced your information by using the APA referencing format. Midway in a sentence. It is important to always use the APA referencing format, Hille, 2019, between parentheses, when you are using external sources. At the end of a paragraph. It is important to always use the APA referencing format when you are using external sources. Hille, 2019, between parentheses, full stop. It is mainly up to you, as the author, where to cite the source in the text. It must be clear to your reader which part of your text comes from an external source. When you are quoting something, the reference should follow immediately after the quote. How should the APA format be used? 1. Before the full stop. The source is always between parentheses and comes before the full stop. So, Hille, 2019, between parentheses, full stop. 2. No initials. Never give the source author's initials in the main text. So never write s.Hille, 2019, between parentheses. However, you do give the initials in the reference list. 3. Citing. A citation is always placed between double quotation marks. It is then followed by a reference. So, Hille, 2019, p.12, between parentheses, full stop. 4. Numbering. Tables and figures are numbered. All tables and figures included in your document or report must be individually numbered. The word table is written above a table. The word figure is written below the figure. Please note that these examples only apply to your own tables and figures. If you use tables or figures from someone else, you must always refer to the source. A few more rules. Using and or an ampersand. Another confusing issue is when you need to use the word and and when you need to use an ampersand, that is the and sign, when there are multiple authors. Let's look at these examples. Correct. Hille and Bakker, 2019, between parentheses, conclude that. Correct. Various researchers conclude that, between parentheses, Hille ampersand Bakker, 2019. Incorrect. Hille ampersand Bakker, 2019, between parentheses, conclude that. Incorrect. Various researchers conclude that, between parentheses, Hille and Bakker, 2019. The first two examples show how to do it correctly, which entails using the word and in the sentence itself. However, if the authors are between parentheses, the ampersand must be used. The final topic is the reference list, also referred to as the bibliography. The reference list is alphabetized. Note that you should not categorize sources by type of source, such as internet sources and books, for example. Everything is included in the same list in alphabetical order. The sources in the reference list should all have been mentioned in your main text and vice versa. This entails that your reference list should not include more sources that are mentioned in the main text, including any you may have read but have not incorporated in your text. A source listed in your reference list that takes up more than one line should have subsequent lines indented. As you can see in the example, the Stekelenburg source is an online one, but it is still listed among the academic journal articles such as the Phillips and Witsche article. However, there are differences in the way journal sources, books and online sources are presented. Remember to always immediately note down your sources. Time to get started. Any questions? In that case, get in touch with your research lecturer.